Welcome to episode 39 of the Lovecraft Tapes podcast. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we are playing Chaosium's 7th edition Call of Cthulhu horror role-playing game based upon the fictional works of H.P. Lovecraft. Your investigators of the unknown are Matt as Dan Williams.
What is it with weird chicks and haunted houses? I haven't quite figured that out yet.
Gabe is Roy Arroyo.
I've finally come to it. The inside of me is rotting out.
And Brian is Jack Whiteside.
Am I holding this picture the right way, or should I turn it upside? I don't know what I'm looking at.
If you squint at it for long enough, you'll see what it's supposed to be.
If I squirt at it?
Yeah.
Ugh. Squint, the guy from Jaws.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, what does everybody smell like tonight?
What do we smell like?
Yeah.
100% pure sex appeal.
I smell like 100% pure shark testosterone.
Why the hell would you want to smell like shark testosterone? Just
Have you smelt it, you motherfucker?
Then you've dealt it.
We're sailing through a sea of sexy, and I'll be your captain tonight.
Yeah.
Well, lucky for you, I smell like Dove dark chocolate.
hashtag sponsor us.
Dove?
Hashtag no sponsor.
The
Dove,
sexiest
for when
of
you like
Dove
tentacles
candies.
up your anus. All right, let's get to some letters from beyond. On Twitter, we would like to welcome some new followers at Interodang, aka Gyrados Skullfucker.
Oh, good.
Welcome.
High quality people we get here.
At Beard Twitch, aka Darren Orr. At Horror Paperback, a.k.a. Paperback Horror. I'm not sure why he switched the two, or she switched the two. Kind of weird.
It's called art.
I guess it is a little artsy, isn't it? It's like looking in a mirror.
Would that be a Black Mirror?
Also, welcome to at Cats X Infinity, a.k.a. Cats. I'm sure that's not a bot at all. And lastly, welcome to at Christophersaurus, a.k.a. Chris. So, welcome to the podcast, and thanks for listening.
Thank you.
And or following. I guess maybe you're just following us on Twitter, so maybe you don't even know what this is.
I'd like to extend a shout out to all these sexy local singles in my area that keep following me on Twitter.
Anytime, Matt.
All the porn
Anytime.
Oh.
And on Podbean, we did get a comment from at Weird Carrot, and weird is spelled wrong. It's W-I-E-R-D instead of W-E-I-R-D.
That's why it's weird.
It's
and
art.
they say, just started listening, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So thank you.
Nice, thanks.
That's an actual listener, guys.
Thanks.
Yes. And finally, on Facebook, Andreas Anderson Rijfjal. He's got the little umlauts and everything.
Cool.
He says, "Hi guys, just wanted to give a shout out from Sweden. Love your podcast, the commercials in particular. Keep up the good work." Smiley face.
Wow.
It's great because we here on the Lovecraft Tapes love the country of Sweden.
That's true.
We particularly love Swedish porn, so keep up the good work.
Yep.
I like their fish.
Keep that up.
Really great
Keep it up.
candy.
You're
But
almost
like
there.
70s Swedish porn.
Yeah.
What about the
That's good
meatballs? The Swedish have great meatballs.
That's
I haven't seen porn with meatballs yet.
Oh, you need to.
Oh,
You're
dear.
missing out, buddy.
And mental
You want to get nothing but meatballs 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I still
Good
think
movie.
3 is the
Four.
best of the trilogy.
Repetitive.
1 and 2 are kind of light on plot, but don't worry, you don't have to see the first 2 to understand what's going on.
He's
But
a
every one
liar.
of them
He's
is
just
a
trying to
mouthful.
confuse you. It builds upon itself.
All right, let's continue along with Chapter 5, Hell House. Previously on the Lovecraft Tapes. Somehow, Dan Williams manages to talk his way out of becoming... let me try that again. Somehow, Dan Williams manages to talk his way out of being caught exiting Pastor Ted Weaver's office at the Leland Free Evangelical Church. Roy Arroyo is no help, evidently immobilized with horror at his companion's audacity. Regardless, the two leave the church with the evidence they sought. Meanwhile, Jack Whiteside swings by the Angerstein house to find it locked up tight while church is in session. Yet there is a watcher in the woods. Playing coy, Jack eventually departs to bring coffees back to the other investigators. Roy is unable to decipher the files they photographed, so they send them off to a friend at the bureau, who will be able to provide more information on Monday at noon. After trading ideas, they hatch a plan to split up. Jack and Dan, little ditty, Jack and Dan return to the Angerstein house, where they divide and conquer. Dan meets a young volunteer dressed as a little devil and seems to know something about his haunted past. Jack sneaks towards the watcher in the woods, creeping right up on the poor young man, who is so scared he drops his phone, which displays some interesting photos of a figure at the attic window.
Mm-hmm. Pixelated bukkake. I knew it.
Roy abandons his plan to find a football partner and instead Ubers it to the empty Landrum trailer, where he discovers Kelly's diary of her dark thoughts that began when she was cleaning the attic of the Hell House. He makes his way back to town, finding Mitch Landrum passed out at the bar. As he roughs up the drunk, the barkeep gives Chief Weaver a call. It is now late afternoon, Sunday, October 22nd, only 2 days until Hell House opens to the public. All right, let's change our map.
All right, guys, we really got to get to the basement.
Start digging.
Actually, so there's Leland, and let's go straight to the Angerstein house.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right, that's not what I want to do.
Techno remix.
Pan move. There we go. Just trying to get this all squared away. Dan, you're standing in the foyer of the Angerstein house, dumbstruck. Eva Delgado runs back upstairs, giggling and chanting, "He's afraid of guns. He's afraid of guns." How does she know? How does she know? You're suddenly overwhelmed with a sense of disorientation. Dan, I'm going to need you to make a sanity roll, but with a bonus die.
Well, here we go. Don't need it. I needed a 66 and I rolled a 34.
All right.
I'm staying sane inside this membrane. Thank you very much.
So you sort of waver a moment on the threshold of the foyer and watch as if she is almost a vision. You're not, for just a moment, you're not sure that she even exists. But then her footfalls resound off the stairwell, and you see her racing upstairs. What? She is indeed real.
Damn it. I mean, yay.
Is there anyone else like in the hallway with me that would have seen that happen, or was it just me and her?
Just you and her at this stage. You can hear that Kevin is working in the school shooting room off to the left, where you're pretty familiar with that. And there are some one or two volunteers outside working in the tent that's out off the front porch, back into the yard. No one else was witness to that.
I'm going to pull out my phone and text Jack. Strange things happening. Heading up to the second floor. Follow ASAP. And then I'm going to head into the house and up the stairs to follow Eva.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can use my powers of polygon reveal to snap to grid. Control Z. All right. Let me try this out. So I'm going to reveal some stuff, and we'll see how it works. Bink.
What?
Bink.
Oh.
Bink.
Bing. Microsoft's fantastic search engine.
Hashtag sponsor us.
Shh.
How's that work?
They're going to sponsor us.
What'd you
Can
do?
you see that?
I see down with a staircase with an arrow.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you are basically going up that staircase.
Okay.
So if we let me see if I. Yep. You're welcome to move that. So you
Now you can see
basically creep up the stairs, and
All I can see is his nose.
right.
He's creeping.
Do, 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 boop, 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 boop. And you see it reaches landing and then continues up a small riser and then moves into a hallway that makes a turn to the north.
Can I tell where Eva went from here? Like, is she?
There is, well, actually, you know what? There is a doorway. Let me get that for you here, buddy.
She told me she hates you and doesn't want to see you anymore.
Yeah, I heard that too.
But she's my internet girlfriend.
She's from Canada,
From
right?
Canada.
You just don't understand.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to use this reveal here to give you a little bit more information.
A little bit at a time.
Yeah, only what he can see, essentially.
Nice and slow. Oh.
There you go. So you do see there is a door on the south wall of the corridor, just as it turns.
Okay. So
The door appears to be closed.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to head over to that door and try and open it.
Okay. It does open up pretty easily.
Ooh,
And
Dan
I'll
can
give
open
you a little-
doors.
And it's pitch black in there.
Right?
And you get raped.
Oh.
You and the raping.
Just another day in the life.
I didn't say it was by me, but it can be.
Okay, that should do it. You open up the door and you see it appears to be an old bedroom, and Dawn Ellers is in here. You've met her previously.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
She was a friend to Kelly Landrum, and she was the person who you questioned on her way home. I guess this was it yesterday?
At this point,
Yes.
yeah, it was.
Yes.
Yeah. So, she's basically just stacking some boxes in the bedroom. Looks like she just brought some stuff up maybe a little while ago and is arranging it. And she whirls around. She's like, "Oh, it's you. What can I help you with?"
Hey, Don. I'm looking for someone who came up here not too long ago. Kind of tall, dark hair. I think her name was Eva.
Oh yeah, Eva. Yeah, she's up here someplace. I thought I heard her running down the hallway.
Okay.
Are you helping her out?
Yeah. Oh no. No, just looking for her. I thought she might be able to answer a few questions, but she ran off before I could ask her.
Okay. Well, if I see her, I'll let her know.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
What you doing later?
So.
Do you know I'm afraid of guns?
What? So I'm going to head out and down the hallway to the next door,
Okay.
and then I'm going to try and
go
open
ahead.
that one as well. So-
All right. Yeah, this opens up rather easily. It appears to be an old master bedroom, and it is completely empty. There is a sort of open closet on the north wall, and bay windows looking out over the rest of the fields and the land, essentially.
I guess I should probably go make sure that she's not trying to play hide and go seek in the closet. So I'm gonna head in and check out the closet.
Okay. Appears to be an old, musty closet with it's being used for storage. Doesn't seem to be of any interest, really.
Darn. So I'm going to. I guess I'll just keep chugging down. I mean, she has to be in here somewhere.
How'd you teleport through a wall?
Magic.
Audio podcast, guys.
Uh-huh. He teleported through a wall.
Oh.
Wow, you're really cool, Dan.
Oh, thank you.
Psych.
You're you, Roy. You're.
Oh, that's rude.
So I'm going to exit out of the master bedroom and head down and check on the next door because, God damn it, she's in here somewhere.
Okay. So you open up the door on the east wall, directly across from the master bedroom, and it appears to be in yet another bedroom. This one is not being used for storage or anything like that. It's just sort of a musty, dusty. There is still a bed in here that looks like it's wrought iron and has maybe a place to crash for some of the volunteers during their work time.
Okay. Oh, now I know where I need to go if I want to take a nap.
Nappy, nappy, nap.
Ooh, nothing like a good nap, am I right? I'm going to continue down the hallway here.
All right. As you round the bend, you see that the hallway continues along eastward and then ends. There is a door directly next to you on the north wall, and then one down the hallway again on the north.
You're right
north
over
wall.
Top of a door right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can see it now. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's... Okay.
Yeah, the movement of the character tokens might be snapping to the grid is why
Yeah,
it's not
it is.
perfect.
I'm going to open the door closest to me and see where that goes.
Okay, the very first.
The one that I'm partially covering because grid squares.
Gotcha. Well, this is the room that is directly above the kitchen, and as you might expect, it is a bathroom. So the plumbing is shared.
How refreshing.
So
A bathroom that has not been destroyed by Roy.
It's a witch closet.
Hey, man, I do what I gotta do to get ahead in this world.
That's right.
By
Get the
destroying
union
people's
back.
bathrooms? Okay, I guess I will head down the hallway to the last door.
Okay. You open up the last door, and it looks to be another bedroom, pretty much like the last, but a few more boxes, big boxes in it. And in the ceiling, you do see a trap door
That's what I was waiting
with
to see
a
if I
ladder basically hanging straight out from the ceiling, leading up to the attic.
found. I'm going to head over to the trap door for the attic. You said the ladder was already down?
It is, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to climb far enough up the ladder to kind of just poke my head in to see if I can see anything and be like, Eva, you up here? I just need
I
to ask
shoot
you a
him?
couple questions.
So you climb up the ladder until your head basically pokes through the attic doorway, and it is relatively dark up here. There is a bare bulb illuminating the space, and it is chock full of boxes and some mannequins. Looks like this was a storage for a lot of different stuff. You basically can only see a little bit of it from where you're at. So I'm going to go ahead and just illuminate what you can see here. Just a small little square of a very large space. Obviously, it goes throughout the entire length of the house.
Yeah.
You do not see anything, but why don't you go ahead and give me a spot hidden?
Evil. What is this, Wally? Oh, I needed a 58 and I rolled a 24. That is a hard success.
All right.
It's pretty rigid.
So you do see that there in the dust, there are some fingerprints that looks like somebody lifted themselves up into the attic, and then some footfalls moving away from the trapdoor towards the south.
Okay, I'm going to climb all the way up into the attic. Eva, I know you're up here. You kind of left footprints in the dust. Not very good at hiding yourself. Look, I just want to ask you a couple questions, okay? About your friend Kelly. And I'm going to pull out my phone, turn on the flashlight, and start following the footfalls.
Okay. As you follow the footfalls, you see that the attic is indeed quite large, and there are just tons and tons of boxes stacked pretty high, like 3 high. Looks like old moving boxes. You can see bits of, like old clothing sticking out of it. There's like broken lamps, sort of trashed here and there. I'll go ahead and illuminate a little bit more of the map for you without giving too much away.
Uh-huh.
But as you move into the larger south area, and then I'm going to go ahead and just illuminate a little bit more for you so you get a good idea of the shape of the northern area, which you would have been able to see a little bit more easily. Let's go ahead and do that. So that's sort of the northern area. chock full. And as you're moving along, and as soon as you mention the word Kelly, you do hear something shifting over in the southwest corner and a little bit of a giggle.
Okay. I'm going to I'm going to use my phone or bring it back down, text Jack, need help in the attic ASAP, please hurry, and I'm going to hit send.
It's not my turn.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pull my gun out and kind of hold it at ready with my phone in my other hand and start walking towards the giggle.
Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and illuminate the rest of the attic for you as you make your way through the maze of boxes and old furniture, dusty furniture. And the giggle is actually coming from right here in the southwest corner. I guess I can't ping there. Let me see if that works. Bing. There we go.
Okay.
And over in that area, you see a couple interesting things. There is a couple mannequins with their backs to you. They are the type that have pedestal for legs rather than actual legs. I guess those are more clothing dummies.
Fitting dummies, probably, yeah.
Fitting dummies, yeah. And there is a very large accordion mirror, stand-up mirror, with a broken lower half in the third panel. And there is a wooden rocking horse that is gently rocking back and forth. You're not quite sure if there's maybe a breeze up in here.
I'm going to shoot it on. I'm taking the Roy approach.
Take it down!
It has a gun in its hand. Oh.
And from behind the mirror, the fold-up accordion mirror, it's a very tall partition mirror, you hear the giggle again. And from where you're at and where you can see, it looks like just a bunch of boxes back there behind the mirror panel.
I'm going to slowly head towards the giggle. Eva, Ollie Oxenfree, you win. Look, I just want to talk, okay?
As you round the corner of the panel, you see that there's nobody there, and there's no way that anybody could be there. What you do see is among the boxes of cans of paint, there's a ladder up against that particular wall. You see what looks to be old photographs of some kind. They are framed and stacked all in one particular box. They're basically stacked a little bit higher than the rest of the boxes around. They're basically on top of other boxes, and you can see the Angerstein sigil on one of the tops of the frames of the photos, and they're quite dusty. You can't make them out from where you're at, but that is what you see.
I'm going to tuck my gun back into its holster and head towards the frame that has the sigil on it. I'm going to pull it down, dust it off, and see what it's a picture of.
Okay. So as you reach up and go to pull the box down to retrieve the photographs, the framed photos, the box tilts, and you hear this shh, and broken glass spills out onto your face.
Nice.
From the box. I'm going to need you to roll a d6, and that's how many hit points you take.
Here's the dice roller. 4.
You take 4 hit points to your face. So you immediately fall to the ground. Your arm outstretches, hitting the rocking horse, which rocks even faster. And now you notice through a sheen of blood cascading over your eyesight that the rocking horse has a very wicked grin painted in red. on its muzzle.
Roll for surprise.
Jack,
Nope, I'm out. I'm done. I'm going to hang out with this guy and smoke his cigarettes.
you're standing in the woods looking at the young man's phone. You glance up from the photo of the window on the phone. Let me try that again. You glance up from the photo of the window on the phone to see it matches the attic window of the Angerstein house. Only the smartphone picture has some digital distortion. Next to you, the young man fidgets and smokes a cigarette. Give it back, he practically mewls. What are you, one of Weaver's Gestapo?
What do you know about Weaver?
Oh, that Nazi?
Why do you call him a Nazi?
Because that's what he is. He's trying to get everybody in line, and he doesn't want anything going on around here. Well, I've had enough of it.
Because he killed Jews, Jack. It's pretty obvious.
Oh, that got dark. What have you seen him do? When did you take this picture?
Well, I'm not answering any of your questions.
Where were you tomorrow?
And he smokes a cigarette, and he's just glowering at you. Who are you, anyways?
I'm with the FBI. We're investigating.
Sure you are.
I show him
You're probably under his paycheck, huh?
I show him my badge.
Oh, okay.
Any information you can give us can help with this and save some other lives.
What are you talking about? Information about what?
About anything weird going on around here.
Yeah, well, other than these haters opening up this stupid hell house.
What is this? What is this a picture of?
It's just my phone. I'm just, I like to take photos.
Is your girlfriend a goer? She likes photos.
Are you making fun of me?
No, not at all. Do you mind if I send this photo to myself?
Well, yes, I do. That's a violation of privacy.
It is,
and I will organize a protest.
That's why I'm asking. Just asking if you mind.
I'd like it back now, sir. If you don't have a
sir, here's your phone.
Shoot him in the face.
Could I give you my card? And if you don't mind, please send me that picture. It could definitely help with our investigation of getting this place shut down.
Well, that'd be actually kind of nice. Yeah, I'll take your photo, or your business card, rather.
Well, I have a headshot, too, if you like that.
I'll take a headshot.
Well, I do appreciate it. I'll give him my card.
And as you give him your card, you notice that he has a peculiar smell about him. It smells a little bit like
skunk?
Gasoline.
It's dope. He's a pothead. I knew it.
And he takes your card, sticks it in his back jeans pocket, which are designer, by the way.
Ooh. No.
Well, I should probably get going. Okay.
Yeah, I just have one more quick question for you.
What are you, Columbo?
Yeah, I am. How the hell did you know that? I would like to bring you in as my informant, if you're interested. It does pay.
I am not interested. I don't work for pigs.
Well, I'm not a pig. I'm a sausage.
It's pork either way, honey. Not the kind of pork that I like.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take a picture of you before I leave with my phone. And if anything happens here, I do smell the gasoline on you. I will be finding you.
What?
You heard me. I take out my phone. I take a picture of his face.
What about him? And he points over your shoulder at the window.
What about who? I turn around and look.
And then you hear footfalls running away from behind you.
You can run, but I can find you.
And you see just a shape of him darting through the trees deeper into the forest.
Nice. All right, I'm going to go get some coffee and head back to town.
Way to fall for the oldest trick in the book.
Psych.
Look, a distraction. What?
All right, I'm going to check my phone, make sure the picture took of his face. So I have him.
It did, but it's distorted for some reason.
Ooh, I
You
like
can't
that.
make out the features very clearly.
Maybe you
Okay.
shouldn't have rubbed Vaseline all over the camera lens before you tried to take the picture.
Well, I didn't
I'm
rub
sorry,
it on
guys.
the lens. It got on the lens by mistake.
Soft focus is not that sexy.
I thought his phone was a Kleenex and kind of messed up the camera.
Gross.
All right, and I noticed that I have a couple messages, so I'm going to check my messages.
Let's go ahead and move on to Roy.
Oh,
Aw,
Well,
that's
Yeah,
what I would have
that's
done
it.
in real life.
no,
Check
no,
my
that's
phone.
fine. I ain't blaming you. I ain't doing
Didn't
nothing.
even chase the kid.
It's all good.
Why would I chase him?
Because you could throw lighters at him and then...
Roy,
What's up?
the barkeep of the Dangling Bullhorn is dialing his phone. Mitch Landrum is out cold at your feet, not even groaning after the wallop you gave his head on the bar rail. There's a purpling lump rising on his forehead, though.
shoot him.
That was my plan. So yeah, I'll shoot him. I'll shoot the phone out of his hand. How about that?
Go ahead and make a roll.
Oh, God.
You knows it.
You're going to kill the barkeep. You know
Well,
that,
who
right?
cares? I have a 20 in firearms, so...
Oh my god.
Oh, I got a 24.
Quick, spend the
Spend the
points.
luck.
I've got to
Do
spend
not-
the luck.
Thank you.
So I'll push it.
You're not gonna push it. You're gonna spend the luck, right?
Yeah, I'm going to spend the luck.
All right. So you needed a 20 or below, and you rolled a 24. So go ahead and spend 20 or 4 luck.
Done.
Go ahead and deduct that from your character sheet. And your bullet manages to find the phone in his hand, and it shoots out, and he hits the deck immediately. And he disappears behind the bar.
See what happens, man? I was just trying to have a nice time, and you're going to call the cops?
All you hear is sort of a distant scrambling. And then the sound goes away.
Well, that seems cleared up. So I'll go back to Mitch Landrum.
All right. He's out cold at your feet.
I'll poke him in the face a few times to see if I can get him up.
He is out cold.
Well,
Might as
You
well
may
take his
have,
pants
uh,
off.
You may have given him brain damage.
I'll grab his wallet.
Okay. You have his wallet?
Okay, I'll go check behind the bar now to see what.
Behind the bar, it looks like there's a shattered phone, and let's say maybe a bottle of Jack actually got knocked over too, and is spilled all over there, and is pooling behind the bar.
You going to go lick it up, Roy?
Nah. I'll go take from the non-shattered bottles and start drinking that.
Okay. Take a couple swigs of the good stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, they don't have really good stuff. It's just kind of middle of the road
So,
stuff.
you know.
You take a couple swigs.
I guess I'll leave now.
Good job. You accomplished a whole lot there.
What am I supposed to do? They're all dead or passed out.
You exit the bar, and you hear approaching sirens. So let's go back to Roy. Or Dan, rather. Danny, you're bleeding on the floor of the attic.
Oh, how terrible. I'm ruining these pristine dust floors.
It is a Glasstastrophy, you're right.
I guess I will pull out my phone and attempt to dial Jack because I know he's right outside.
Okay.
Thanks for the
I'm
confidence,
gonna use the
buddy.
phone.
For whatever reason, your signal's not going through.
Damn you.
We're not using the phone.
Of course it's not.
Some sort of weird digital distortion. But there is blood droplets on your phone now.
Oh, good to know. I'll have to clean them off later. Okay, I guess I'm going to get up and attempt to navigate my way back out of the attic.
Okay. As you make your way about halfway along the attic, sort of stumbling a little bit and wiping the blood from your eyes, you do notice a movement towards the west end of the attic. You see something shift. It looks vaguely man size. Bigger than Eva.
Well then. Trying to think if I have anything on me I can use, like a makeshift bandage, even just to keep the blood from getting in my eyes.
Eva put on some weight. Oh, yeah.
It's all shadow weight.
Oh. I don't think I have anything I could do that with. Darn. I need to start wearing really absorbent gauze ties from now on in case anything else happens.
Or just keep a cleric with you at all times.
Yeah,
Or
that
just
too.
don't dump glass on your face.
Hey, look, people have weird fetishes, and you've never. I'm going to pull my gun back out, hold it ready, and go. I am not in the mood for this right now. If there's someone hiding over there, you better show your face right now before I fucking decide to just put one in you. Okay? I will bust a cap in yo ass.
Ooh, it's a gun. That's spooky.
And as you point your gun towards the shape, it moves closer, and you see more details. It looks like a soldier. You can see the helmet, and where the eyes would be are two glowing pinpricks.
Just what I need right now, a couple of pricks.
And it raises its gun at you. I'm going to need you to roll for sanity.
Again?
Uh-huh.
Ha! I needed a 66 and I rolled a 37.
So you
Die.
barely keep hold of your gun, but you find yourself edging away from this figure that is advancing. I know how much you love to edge.
Mm-hmm. I am so edgy right now, man.
Right.
I guess I'm going to kind of keep my eye on it and start backing towards the trapdoor in the attic.
As you back away about 20 feet, so you're about 15, 20 feet away from the attic door, the shadowy figure advances toward you, rushing, and then disappears into thin air. Yeah. And as he advances toward you and you involuntarily step backwards, you trip over a box. And you're now laid splayed out flat on your back next to this box that's spilled out on the floor. And you see, as your one hand is reaching towards the open trapdoor, that the box contained, looks like tools, modern day tools, but they have dried blood on them. Jack.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're checking if your messages, and you don't see any new messages on
All
your
right,
phone.
sounds good. I'm just going to hang out in the woods then. Go back to Dan. I want to hear what happens.
He's going to continue orchestrating his real-life performance of Into the Woods.
All right, I'm going to cut across the field and start heading back towards the house. I'm going to open up a beer.
It's actually coconut water.
I'm going to open up a coconut water
Nice.
and say it's beer.
To make yourself feel better.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to be eyeballing that window up there.
As you make your way out of the little glade where you met this young man, you're walking back towards the house a bit, and something glints and catches your eye from deeper in the forest.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Does it light up at the tip?
Just the tip.
We get it, you vape, Forrest.
Vape
All right.
forest. Vape. Oh.
I look towards the glint and see what I see.
Glint. Looks like there's something over there that is partially covered by a tarp,
Ooh, okay.
but just a little bit has fallen away, and you can see what looks like glass, maybe.
Okay, I'm going to head over that way,
Okay.
and I'm going to look really close as I go.
It's not a 1953
As you approach, it is-
Seafoam green Chevy Oh.
You can go ahead and shout that out, B. That's a good roll.
I rolled a spot hidden. I needed a 70. I got a 12. That's an extreme hard success. Rigid.
Rigid. So you easily find this little stash, basically about 20 yards into the forest, away from it's northwest side of the woods, probably about 30, 40 yards from where you actually found the young man.
Okay.
And it is a couple crates that appear to have bottles of something in them, and it's covered by a tarp pretty flimsily.
Okay. I'm going to pull the tarp back quickly.
You pull it back, and you easily recognize with all your training these are Molotov cocktails
Okay.
filled with gasoline.
All right.
Here I was
Somebody
hoping
was
for
planning
liquid
something.
cocaine.
I like the cocaine.
It's a hell of a drug.
Roy, you're standing outside the bar, and you hear the approach of sirens.
It was only a matter of time, if you want to be honest.
True.
It's gonna walk off into the sunset.
Not gonna deny that. So as you stand there, drinking the last of the whiskey, up pulls Chief Weaver and Steve Ellis, and they pull out their guns and order you to drop to the ground.
Is there a roll for pocket sand?
Bucket sand.
Yeah, I'll get on the ground. I accept my fate.
All right, so you lie on the ground, and Chief Weaver comes up. Well, look what you got in here, boy. You got into some big trouble.
Oh, big
You're gonna need
trouble.
a little bit more than your FBI badge to protect you in this situation.
I
And he slaps
disagree.
cuffs on you. You say, I disagree. as he
Disrespect
slaps
to
cuffs
your
on you.
authority.
Authority. Well, we'll see how you feel after spending a little night in our comfy little jail.
I bet it is comfy. You got screen doors there?
We got screen doors, we got rats, we got everything. Everything you could possibly need.
Ha!
Disrespect
Pranks
your
on you. I like screen
surroundings.
doors.
And that is Roy's final word as he's being hauled into the back of the police vehicle and escorted back to the jail.
I'll throw a fit in the cop car.
And as you do so, Steve Ellis is dutifully taking a video of it. And soon you are transported back to the jail. So let's cut back to Dan.
It's my name. Don't wear it out.
It was your name.
Oh. Yeah, I die from bleeding out. It's really strange to find what look like modern tools in a house that supposedly hasn't been used in a long time. Doubly so because there's dried blood on them, and that's not normal. Unless the guy was a butcher, and maybe that's just animal blood. But before I get up and scramble down the ladder, I'm going to quickly snap a photo of the tools, just so I remember they were there, so I come back for them later.
Okay.
And then I'm going to climb back down the attic trapdoor and head down the stairs and out the front door of the house.
Okay. You are met on the second floor by Dawn Ellers, who notices that you're just covered in blood. And she's like, oh my God, did it happen to you too?
You also tried to grab a box and got covered in glass?
Oh, my poor boy. Let's go downstairs. I'll get you cleaned up.
Aw.
And she escorts you downstairs, guiding you a little bit.
Take your pants
And
off.
making the way back to the kitchen where they have, and actually probably out towards the front porch, and the tents out there is where they mostly have the stuff set up for first aid kit, that sort of thing.
I'm aiming to make it to second base, guys. Wish me luck.
All right,
Chicks dig
Jack,
scars.
let's go back to you, buddy. So you're
All
standing
right.
next to a crate full of Molotov cocktails.
All right, I'm gonna
Shoot him.
try to
Two
call.
crates.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him.
I'm gonna light one off.
I'm gonna
and
shoot the
throw it.
phone out of there. Oh wait. I'm gonna try to call Dan to let him know what I found out here.
You get a busy signal.
Shocker.
It is a little weird.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna take the tarp off, open up the jars, smell it. I'm assuming they're jars, or are they bottles?
They're bottles.
Okay.
Yep, and it's the whole rag in the
Okay. So I'm gonna pull
nozzle
all the
thing.
rags out.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna pull all the rags out, and I don't want to dump the gas out here. So I'm gonna take all the rags out and take them with me, and leave the bottles.
Okay. There's probably like 30 rags.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it looks like whoever was planning to use this
I
stuff
wonder whoever.
wanted to make sure that they got the job done.
Jeez. All right, I'm gonna put the tarp down. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to put up the sides a bit
Okay.
and pour all the gas onto the tarp,
Okay.
and hopefully let that evaporate until I can get somebody out here to get it cleaned up.
Gotcha. Okay. You do so.
I'm going to check my phone again and see if I can call the sheriff to let him know what I found.
Looks like you got no signal.
It's not busy.
It looks like you have no signal.
I've got 8G.
Who you calling G?
You're behind the times,
All right,
man.
I'm
I
gonna
got
put it on my
24G.
phone on airplane mode and fly to the police station. All right,
Lovely.
I'm gonna finish emptying all the bottles out.
Uh-huh.
The rags I'm gonna, I don't know, put in the middle of the gas, so they soak up. So they soak up the gas as much
essentially,
as
you're
they
making one big
can.
bomb
One big one that you can't throw.
that you have a rough time throwing it, but if
Not
you
with an
could-
attitude
But
like
if
that,
you
you
could-
won't.
And then I'm gonna keep looking at my phone as I'm walking back to. I'm gonna walk back to the house.
All right, you make your way back to the house, and you see that poor little Danny is there, basically getting
I don't see him
patched
anywhere.
up. He's getting patched up by Dawn.
Dawn is the one with the lipstick, right?
No, that's Eva.
On the stairs here. Oh,
Yes. Dawn is actually. Let's see if I can move her.
The one in the
Move her
second
out here
floor
on the
bedroom.
front
Oh,
porch.
okay. I see her. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. They're on the front porch getting patched up.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Boop,
Danny.
there's Dan. Yeah, there's Dan.
what the hell happened to you?
So
And
I
don't go into too much detail. We don't want to rehash every single detail.
Right.
In
Long story
great
short.
detail, explain every injury on your body.
long story short, I stuck my head in the door and was met by a girl named Eva who knew some stuff that I don't think she should have known. So I tried to follow her upstairs, ended up in the attic where I found a strange box full of photographs that had a weird symbol on them. So I went to pull the box down and it rained shattered glass all over my face. And this is what you might find interesting. On my way out, I was backed out of the attic by what looked like a shadow figure, but it was like a military army soldier. Like I could see a helmet and a gun, and it was pointing and it was coming at me. But before it got to me, it just kind of went poof into thin air.
Really?
And I tripped over a box filled with tools with blood on them.
All right. We got to get a hold of the sheriff. We need to go through this place. Something's going on here.
I'm gonna turn to Dawn. You said, did it happen to
Yeah,
you
hon.
too? As
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it was just an accident. I just cut myself. It was no big deal. But it seems like everybody around here gets something like that.
So everybody's had an incident of some kind where they've gotten hurt in this house.
Well, yeah. I mean, we are building things, so it's bound to happen. But I'm sorry your friend here had that happen to
Yeah,
him.
it looks pretty bad. Are you gonna be okay?
yeah, I'll be fine as soon as I get patched up here.
Okay.
I might want to take you back up to the attic and we can take a second look around because it definitely needs a little more
Yeah,
investigating.
I think that's a really good idea. My phone, for some reason, is not working. Does anybody have a phone here that we could call the sheriff in and let him know what's going on? I found something out on the wood line that I'd like him to take a look at.
Oh, sure. And Dawn pulls out her phone. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have a signal."
Have you had that problem out here before?
A little bit here and there, but not like this. It's almost like a
Wait.
complete blackout.
I sent you a couple text messages. Did you get?
I got nothing. I got nothing.
That
I
would
found a young man smoking a cigarette out on the wood lines. I had a little conversation with him
Looks,
on my way back.
A young man? Mm-hmm. Who
looks
was
like,
it?
I didn't get a name before he ran off.
Oh, what did he look like?
I have no idea.
Looks
I don't
like it's
remember
up
the
to
damn
Roy to
description.
save the day.
Too bad you didn't. Oh.
Too bad we didn't put it in the wiki.
Oh.
Well,
What do you want me to put in the wiki? Blurry picture?
Is that the
He was
little
a skinny
sushi
guy.
bread I took out?
He had designer jeans, a camera.
Oh, that's Brad. That's Brad. He's he's kind of a pest around here. He's not part of the church, and
Okay.
he's he's going to hell, if you know what I mean.
I don't. Could you elaborate, please?
Well, he's part of that group. What do they call it? The LGBTQ. I don't.
Oh,
even
you
know
mean
what
human
it is.
beings?
Sure.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. I have a quick question for you about
So
him.
yeah, he likes to hang around and make a nuisance of himself and march up and down the streets with picket fences and try to organize what few friends he has.
Do you know much about Brad? Like, would he do any harm to anybody?
Brad? No, he's nothing. I mean, he's
Okay.
just like he likes to protest and raise his voice and whatnot, but beyond that,
Not violent.
nah, his type usually aren't. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. But I'll take your word for it.
All right.
So tell me real quick, how was it that you got hurt working here?
I was just running the bandsaw and it nicked me a little bit.
Who's
Yeah.
Nick?
Audio podcast. So
I mean, they don't
Yeah,
call her
I-
Nine-Fingered Dawn
I
for
mean,
nothing.
it's gonna happen. I mean, Kevin hit himself with a hammer. And then some fool ran through here the other day and got swapped by a floorboard. That was weird.
Oh, yeah, I know that fool.
So does it seem like a lot of weird things happen up in that attic?
What do you mean weird? I don't really get up in the attic much.
I don't know. I saw something that
You
didn't
did?
quite sit right with me.
Like what?
Some sort of shadow figure thing that came at me and I was
Oh.
trying to get out. I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, that might have just been the blood dripping in my eyes, but I swear it looked like a soldier.
Oh, okay. Well,
Have you seen anything like that?
no,
You seen anything weird in this house?
absolutely not.
I want to roll for insight to see if she's lying.
I believe that would be called psychology.
Yes. Do it, Matt. Can't hurt to try.
I have 10, so this isn't going to
It
go
can't
well.
hurt to try.
Oh, I needed a 10 and I rolled a 44.
Spend your luck.
I mean, technically I could. I have the points, but I'm not
No.
going to do
Yeah, she seems to be on the up and up.
Okay. All right. Well, if anything comes up or anything weird else happens, please let us know. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. Make sure that you guys are safe and this will have a good opening for you.
Well, that's why Chief Weaver's here.
Where is he?
He swings by here occasionally.
Oh,
yeah.
so he's not here.
No, he's here in the town. He protects
This
us.
isn't in the town.
Well, no, but he's a nice church-going member.
This isn't a church.
Do you boys go to church?
I mean, I've been kind of busy lately with the house and.
Yeah, you were at church this morning, weren't you, Danny?
Oh yeah,
Well-
that's right. I did swing by to check out your guys' church. Very lovely service, by the way.
Thank you. It was very lovely. Yeah, I think I do remember seeing you as I walked out. I don't quite remember, but I'm glad you like it. It's very nice, and Pastor Weaver is a very nice gentleman. He takes good care of us. He attends to his flock. What?
All right.
Well, I need to get back to work, so
course.
please be careful. If you're gonna go through the house, let us know, and we'll get someone to go with you next time.
All right.
Oh,
That
yeah.
sounds good, actually.
All right. I have
Danny,
to
you
go.
let me know when you're ready, Danny. I wouldn't mind taking a look at that attic. Maybe we can get hit yourself in the face with a hammer guy to come up with us. I think Kevin might like to come up with us. Don't hit yourself. Don't hit yourself.
I hit
All right, let's quickly go back to Roy, and we'll say that you've been safely ensconced in the jail cell, and unless there's anything you'd like to do ordinarily, that'll take you to Monday morning.
I guess I could skip the beating up the other inmates.
There's just one drunk in there, and his name is Homer.
Oh.
And he is basically has no shirt, but he's wearing overalls, and he's snoring quite loudly in the cell's only bunk that he shares with you.
Well, he sounds adorable, so I'll leave him be.
All right, so we'll go ahead and leave you there in the jail cell while we finish up with these guys. Jack and Dan. Oh, where'd Dan go?
He had to use the restroom.
He had to pee?
He had to get
All
the
right,
blood
so-
out of his eyes.
Right, so Jack, what's your plan of action here?
All right. As soon as Danny gets back from the bathroom, rinsing his face, we're gonna see if Kevin wants to escort us up to that attic.
So you can go ahead and ask Kevin. if you'd
All
like.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right.
I don't
So
have an icon, but I'll just assume that I'm here somewhere.
You are. I see you, actually. Let me move you over there.
I teleported in.
You're all good.
All right, Kevin.
So you walk into the parlor, which is now the school shooting room, and Kevin is there. He's arranging some props for like school desks and that sort of thing inside the fake school room.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
Oh, everything okay?
It's fine. What do you ask?
Hey, you just seem to have a bad attitude. I just want to make sure everything's okay around here.
Look, I'm really busy right now. What do you want?
I completely understand. Dawn said that she needed somebody to escort us up to the attic.
Well, then maybe Dawn should do it.
She's not available. We'd like you to go if you don't mind. It'll only take 5 minutes.
I'm busy. I have to get this done. I can't spend time with you right now. I'm sorry.
What is it you're working on?
I'm assembling this room. I have to get it just perfectly so that when Ted Weaver comes by, he's got to be happy.
Oh, is he not happy usually?
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah. You go to church?
Yeah, occasionally.
All right. I'm just curious. I don't know if Danny saw you there this morning or not.
Yeah, he was there.
All right. Your voice just changed, Kevin.
Yeah, he's all right there. I'm right here. It's all good.
Well, Danny,
Puberty hits
Kevin
like a
does not
train.
want to go up in the attic with us.
I'm right here. You don't have to talk about
No,
me in
I'm
third
telling
person.
you, just get about your work. Don't worry about us.
All right, fine. He turns back to it.
Alrighty then. So let's go see if Dawn doesn't mind escorting us up.
Okay. Let me see. I remember where she was working last. Follow me, and I'm going to walk out of that room. What? Where'd Eva go? She was sitting on the stairs this whole time. Head upstairs and into the bedroom where I saw Dawn working last.
Is this a ploy to get me in this bedroom?
Oh, you.
It appears to be empty.
Oh my.
You know,
I'm gonna step back out in the hallway and I'm gonna yell down the hall. Hey, Dawn, you up here?
There's no answer.
Danny, yell down the stairs real quick. See if maybe we've missed her.
okay, I'm going to quickly head back down the stairs. And I'm peek my head back into the room and be like, hey, Kevin, have you seen Dawn lately?
No, God, what is up with you guys?
Just shoot him.
I
Work
want
for
to.
Roy.
Damn it, Roy, why are you in prison? I need someone to shoot Kevin. You have failed
I'd
us.
help you.
Floorboard that keeps smacking people in the face.
I'm going to poke my head outside and see if I can see her from the front porch.
You poke your head out. Nope, looks like the tents are empty now.
Okay, I'm going to head
Jack,
back.
as you can stay right there in the front porch, buddy.
Okay.
Of course you can.
How's that feel? The hand of
up,
God.
Oh, you teleported.
Jack, you're standing right about there in the hallway,
How you doing, Danny?
around the curb. I'll take control away from you.
No.
How would that feel?
No.
And you hear some knocking coming from the end of the hall.
Well, I know from all the songs. If a door's a knocking, you don't bother rocking. No, wait, how's that
No,
go?
what? How's it go?
All right, which door do I hear?
You don't hear a door. You hear a sound coming from down the hall to the north.
Oh, a knocking. Okay.
A knocking.
All right,
Knock,
I'm gonna
knock,
yell
knocking.
down the stairs. Danny, get up here. Let's go by ourselves.
And you don't get any answer.
All right, I'm gonna get in my car and leave. All right, I'm gonna go towards the sound.
Okay, as you go, it gets louder and louder. And you can tell it's coming from... Yeah, I guess I could do that. It's coming from in here someplace.
It's coming from inside your head.
The hallway to the east ends at a door that is actually still open.
Okay.
And that's where you hear the knocking sound.
All right, so I'm gonna just peek my head and go, Dawn, you in here?
So you peek your head in, and this is the first time you've seen this particular room.
Mm-hmm.
It is...
Or the upstairs at all, really.
Looks like an old bedroom that's been used as storage. To the southwest corner, you see a trap door leading up to the attic and a ladder leading up. And the knocking appears to be coming from directly above in the attic.
All right.
Knocking sound.
I gotta go.
Which way to the bathroom?
How am I gonna play this?
Like a fiddle. Play it like a fiddle.
Like a fiddle.
I'm gonna walk up to the ladder.
Okay, you walk up to the ladder and you peer up into a rectangle of blackness.
Dawn, are you up there? What are you doing up there by yourself?
You hear just a knock, knock, knock.
Knocking on heaven's door.
I don't want to go up. All right, I'm gonna go up a little bit up the ladder, see if I can see her.
Okay, you start to climb the ladder, looking up. And just as you reach the very top of the ladder, a body falls across the opening.
Holy shit!
And that's where we're going to end it.
It's Roy.
It's Roy. Oh. All right, so that'll be a good stopping point.
Ooh, I'm sweating.
So we have Roy stuck in the jail cell. We have Dan unable to find anybody out on the front porch, but he's all bandaged up, so that's kind of nice. And then Jack having just encountered a dead body falling across the opening to the attic. Good?
Yes.
Okay.
What am I doing?
I don't think I deserve to be arrested.
Yeah, I kind of think he did. just my opinion, though. Just my opinion.
I mean, you did shoot a phone out of a guy's hand.
I didn't hit
after
the guy.
But you did kind of take Mitch Landrum and his head onto a bar top. That probably was not the best idea.
He was drunk and ragdolled. He wanted me to do it.
Somebody's been watching a whole lot of Walking Tall.
He told me it'd be fun.
All right.
Shit.
Well, be that as it may, we do need to launch into our recommendos for this week. And why don't we go ahead and start with Roy? Get him out of the way.
Get already out of the way.
I see how it is.
No, I just know you're not feeling so good. So,
Thanks.
Gabe, what do you got
Appreciate
for
it.
us?
Well, I'm gonna start with some exposition. I was gonna recommend a KFC romance novella called Tender Wings of Desire. It's about Colonel Sanders.
Quit it, you're making me hungry.
Apparently it doesn't exist anymore because I couldn't find it when I looked it up. So I guess I was just lucky enough to read it when it came out. But that's
run, baby.
If that sounds interesting to you, I'd try and track that down. It's advertised as a steamy. KFC is offering a steamy side. So that's just a little
great.
side thing. So what I've settled on since that died is a fellow podcast. It is called My Favorite Murder.
Yeah.
With Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark. It is essentially two ladies who basically they travel around and go to different places, and they do most of them live, and they just bring stories about their favorite murder, generally from about the town that they're visiting, things like that. They're both pretty funny. The murders are always cool to hear about if you're into that sort of thing. I'm sure I'm getting a lot of background noise right now, and that's awesome.
I love murder.
No, you're good.
Oh.
I don't hear anything.
That's good. I'm just overtly stressed. I will say there's like two things that I'm not huge fan of. They take a while to get into the murders. And also they do them live. And I think they forget that they release the podcast as an audio podcast. So like every few lines you'll be like, can we get a picture up there? And but other than that, I really like the murders. And those two are pretty funny. And murder's cool, man. So that's my recommendation. My favorite murder.
You just killed a phone today.
Hey, it deserved it.
Nice. Yeah, I listened to those guys too. I haven't listened to them in a long time. I think I started with a few episodes and then just kind of lost track of them or lost interest or whatever. But they are very funny, and they sort of approach their obsession. They have an obsession with murder.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not just an interest. They're like really into it, like in an almost creepy way.
No, it gets creepy, but that's par for the course.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. I like that. All right. How about we do Matthew next?
Okay. I have a lovely game called Observer. It's a cyberpunk horror game from
Is this
studio.
Rucker Hauer?
Yeah, no. It's from Bloober Team, the guys who made Layers of Fear. This is their second game. And what it is you play a future cop named Dan Lazarski. It takes place in 2084.
Yeah,
And,
that's Rucker Hauer plays.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And what it is you are a special kind of cop known as an observer. You have special cybernetic augments that literally allow you to like plug into people's heads and see and walk through their memories. And so you get a call from your son, whom you haven't seen in a long time, who you want to, you had a falling out with. So you head over to where he was to talk to him, and you end up stumbling into something a lot deeper and a lot darker. Is great soundtrack in terms of setting atmosphere, is a really cool, dystopian cyberpunk visual theme, and there's some really, really great like mindfuck trippy moments in the game.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer, and it is the Rutger Hauer element that drew me in. So yeah, so you like the game?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay, is it spooky?
Um,
Because it looks creepy.
yeah, I'd say. I mean, I've done a lot of horror games, so it wasn't scary to me. It was they definitely hit creepy though.
Okay.
They do a good job with creepy. I mean, if you don't play a lot of horror games, yeah, you're probably going to jump at some of the jump scares.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sort of waiting for that to come on special on Xbox, and then I'll probably pick it up. So come on it. All right, I'm going to launch into my recommendo for this week. It is a movie called Sweet Sweet Lonely Girl. Aww. It is a 2017 horror film, currently on Shudder. It may be a Shudder exclusive, I can't remember. Directed by A.D. Calvo. Essentially, it follows the tale of a young lady who is in a broken home where her stepfather is leering at her while she's trying to get dressed, and her mom is a grubby money grubber who's pregnant and smoking and just, your typical terrible
Normal
trailer
mom.
trash. Yeah. And so she gets the opportunity to go care for her aunt who lives across town, or I guess maybe in another town. And her aunt is sickly and just needs someone to take care of her, bring her food on a regular basis. She likes the same thing every day. She likes sardines and a cup of very particular tea. It must be this imported variety. And she will not come out of her room. And so it's this sort of young girl wandering around this old creaky house where the aunt is upstairs with the door closed all the time, and all she can see is like shadows moving up underneath the door frame and that sort of thing. And then it becomes a morality tale where she's given the opportunity of maybe taking a little bit of the money that is used to buy the groceries and buying cheaper stuff, and then sort of what happens with that. It's sort of an homage to 70s films like The Sentinel. House of the Devil was an 80s sort of retread done previously about 2 years ago. No, actually more about 10 years ago. If you ever saw Rob Zombie's Lords of Salem, it's got that sort of vibe to it. And it also has, I mentioned this in a previous podcast, Mario Bava's Black Sabbath had a segment called A Drop of Water, where there was that creepy dead lady who comes back to life. I showed you the picture.
Yep.
It has quite a few elements similar to that, so I think they use that as a inspiration. Some of it's a little bit laughable because it's so cheap and low budget that it's kind of funny what they're trying to do. But there is a certain charm to it as well. So it's reminiscent of the types of movies that were made before Friday the 13th, for instance. So before all the gore, there was more suspensey kind of supernatural stuff going on. Otherwise, it's worth a watch. I enjoyed it. It's not the best movie in the world, but it does have a certain creep factor. And I really enjoyed the sort of 70s feel to it. So Sweet Sweet Lonely Girl, 2017. Check it out.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, Brian, how about you, buddy?
I don't have anything. My recommendo is iZombie. Seasons
Good
1
show.
through 3 are on Netflix. Season 3 is recently released. I just burned through it. Basically, it's about Liv Moore, who was a doctor on the fast track to becoming really good doctor, and she becomes a zombie and starts working in the morgue so she can eat brains without feeling bad about killing people. And discovers that when she eats the brain of a victim, she takes on their personality and gets their memory flashes. So she starts to help solve crimes by doing this. So it's graphic novelty. It's really well done. It's funny. It's a little silly. It's a little stupid at times, but they know what they're doing. They know they're playing on that. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Some good gore in it, and I've laughed out loud several times. So, iZombie. Highly recommend it. Burn through it.
Nice. Very cool. All righty then. Let me get back to my episode guide. That's going to be it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, or anywhere you download your regular podcasts. If you like what you hear, please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. Meanwhile, you can find us at thelovecrafttapes.com with links to all our social media, including Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, and our wiki. Links to our recommendos can be found on our website. You can find me on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes.
And if anyone happens to know some strange device that can keep glass away from my face, let me know on Twitter at @TheRealWeirdKid.
And if you want to post my bail, hit me up at LovecraftGabe.
If anybody can please tell me how to get rid of the biggest Molotov cocktail I've ever made, please tell me on Twitter at Brian Podcasts.
You
Just
lit
takes a
that
match,
thing
buddy.
AF.
Takes a match.
All right,
Throw
until
it
next
down.
time, roll for sanity.